So, good morning to everyone. Today we will see the concept of the adapter class. Now, previously we have seen the concept of the event handling, and in this event handling, we have seen some listeners that one is the action listener, item listener. Then we see the mouse listener, mouse motion listener, key listener. All of these are the interfaces we use for the event handling process. And disadvantages which we have see that the main disadvantage. What is the main disadvantage? The main disadvantage of this, because it is the interface, then all the methods present in the interfaces should be overridden in the derived class or in the child class. So this is mainly that if you required all the methods is not required, then if all the methods are not required, we can say that if it is required or not, we have to what? Override all the methods in it. Now, today we'll see the concept of this adapter class. Now this adapter class concept remove this problem. The problem of this interface removes this problem of the interface. Now, adapter class is used to simplify the process of event handling. It is used to simplify the process of the event handling and provides empty implementation of all methods in an event listener interface. Means we can say that in like mouse listener, mouse motion listener, there are the two methods present. Which the two methods are present? Mouse moved and mouse dragged. These two methods are present, we know. Now we needed one method, mouse moved. The other method we didn't need, mouse dragged. So what in case of it is if we use it in the event handling, because it is the interface, so both method should be overridden in the child class. And if it is required that one method is required, then we can define that one method, and in case of other method we use the blank definition. These are the performed, these things are the performed. So in this case, in the adapter class, what is that? Each and every methods that present in the listener, present in the listener, we will what do this, the blank implementation will be done. Here, adapter class is the new class to act as an event listener. It is used to act as an event listener and extended by one of the adapter classes and implementing only those methods that you want to use in your code. Means only the method that is to be used or that is needed for doing my code, only that method we only what? We only use that method, implement that method. So if we like in this action listener interface, that there is a listener action listener interface, and there are in this action listener interface in number of methods present. So we are saying that in the action listener, there are total n number of methods present. Then there will be an adapter class of the action listener interface. Means this action listener which we have seen in the event handling, that this action listener interface have some adapter class, present, which is known as the action adapter. There should be an adapter class present known as action adapter, and in this action adapter will contains a blank definition of all these n methods. So all the n methods that is present on the action listener interface, its blank definition should be present in this new action adapter class. So when it is needed, we only extending the adapter class to perform our task. There is no need to define all the methods present in the what? In the action listener interface. All the blank definition of the method are by default now present in the action adapter class. Now, if we take example of mouse motion listener, Then the mouse motion listener interface has the two methods present in them. One is mouse moved, another one is mouse dragged. So for case of mouse motion listener, there should be mouse motion adapter class. And in this mouse motion adapter class, the mouse moved and the mouse dragged, both of these methods, blank definition should be present on the mouse motion adapter class. So whenever which method in between them, which method, only one method is required. You would say that only one method I required. Only that method can be implemented. Okay, so this is the basics fundamental of an adapter class. So that's why adapter class is used. In the adapter class, all the methods that are present, all the methods that are present are blank definitions are present in the adapter class. So if any listener is used, the listener, which the listener is used in the listener, all the methods are present, and this methods blank definition is present on that particular listener adapter class. Okay, like that mouse motion listener, the adapter class will be mouse motion adapter class. And in this mouse motion adapter class, mouse moved and mouse dragged, both of these two methods blank definition is present. So which one is required during the writing of our program, we will only implement that. Clear? So if we see through an example, it will be more clear to you. If we see through an example, that here you can see I have used an user defined class, class adapter one. This is the name of our user defined class, which is extending frame class, which is extending frame class. So extending frame class, we want that there will be a frame object present. So that's why I used frame F, and this is the constructor of our user defined class adapter one. So inside the constructor, what we have done, we have create the object of the frame class, because the constructor construct the object. So inside the constructor, what we have done, inside the constructor we construct the object. So that's why frame F, and it is F equal to new frame. Then we used frame class object F dot add mouse motion listener. So now what this command will perform, our frame will be attached to the mouse motion listener. Whatever we have seen, that when we use this command, what we see, that using this command in the case of action listener, what we have seen, that if we the component, the particular component which we used, the particular component which we want to use. Now our particular component is frame. So what we use, that frame class object. Frame class object dot add mouse motion listener. Dot add mouse motion listener means, and inside this, what in previously during the event handling, what we have passed? We have passed this keyword. In previously, we have passed what? We have passed this keyword. Now what this keyword will do? This keyword mainly pass the current instance, and using this registration of frame, because we are using the component frame. So using this keyword, using this registration, our frame F is added with the what? Is added with the mouse motion listener, is added with the mouse this keyword. In place of this keyword, what used? In place of this keyword, we have used new M1. Now what is the new M1? New M1 is the what? The object of the M1 class. It is a class, and through this, what we are performing, through this we are performing that we are calling the constructor. When what new M1 means, what? That through this we are calling the constructor of class name M1. That means what we can say here, that we are passing the current, M1 object and registering frame with the mouse motion listener. Registering frame, what? Registering frame with the mouse motion listener. So this is the done. This is doing this command. This command is telling that what the registration process, the registration of frame object, frame class object is done with the mouse motion listener. And what? Why we have to use this? Because we know that there is in delegation model, there is a source and listener, and for this the source has to be registered to the listener. We have seen that during the delegation model of the event handling, and we used as a parameter this that time. Why you use this? To use the parent instance with the this registration, passing current instance with the this registration. Now in this case, what we are using? We are using new M1. That means passing constructor or calling the constructor of class name M1. Now we know that if you can use set visible command to visible it, set visible, and set layout. That set layout, what should be the layout? You know that what layout should be used. Set layout, we have already shown the layout class. We have already shown the layout class that are present. Border layout. Now what layout should be used? Border layout or what? Card layout, then our grid layout. Yeah, any of this, what we will use, we will set it through the set layout command, and set visible, that it may be visible or not. What as a parameter, what we send as a parameter, we send of this method true or false. If it is true, that means it will be visible. Either if we use false, that means it is not visible. We do this. So you can use this command f set visible. That is, we doing that f set visible means our frame should be visible or not. That's why we call the set visible method using the frame class object. That means frame is visible or not. We should do this, or using the frame, what the frame will choose, what layout is choose. That's why we call it with f dot set layout. That's why using this, what it will do, it will the frame will choose any of the layout, that is border layout or card layout, grid layout, flow layout, or any of this it will be chosen. So now then our main thing starts, that is the now our main thing starts, that we are extending it. Now you see that what we are extending, that class M1 extends mouse motion adapter. What we say, that in any of the listener, we use the name of that listener and the adapter class. So mouse motion listener, we have used the mouse motion listener, and the mouse motion listener, there are two methods present: mouse moved, mouse dragged. So here then what will be its adapter class name? Its adapter class name will be the mouse motion adapter. Now this mouse motion adapter has inside it two methods present: what? Mouse moved and mouse dragged. And both of this method, blank definition is present inside the mouse motion adapter class. So when this mouse motion adapter class is extended by the class M1, the user defined class, and this, you can see this is used as the, when this will be the reference to this M1 class. So inside it, we use public void mouse moved. We want only this method. We only want this method. We didn't use the drag method. So then what we will do, we will only use that functionality, and its functionality we will do. But if in this case we implements mouse motion listener, then what we have to use? We have to both public void mouse dragged and public void mouse moved. both should be overridden. And though I have not needed the mouse drag method, then in that case, mouse drag method, I have to use the blank definition in the child class. But here you can see only I have used the mouse move. I have not required the other method, so I have not used it. This is the advantage of using the adapter class. Okay, clear? It is clear to everyone? Riya?
Yes, sir.
So this is the our use of the adapter class. And adapter class, why we use the adapter class over the listener, because it is the class. You can say this is the advantage. This is the advantage of it. Now we will start a new topic, that is the Java Swing. Java Swing tutorial. So Java Swing is basically like that. It is also used as the Windows-based application. Java Swing we have used for the Windows-based application, and it is the part of the Java Foundation class. So Java Swing is basically the part of the Java Foundation class, and it is built on the top of AWT API. That means it is built over the Abstract Window Toolkit application programmable interface. So top of that Abstract Window Toolkit application programmable interface, it is created. Now first we will see the difference between the Abstract Window Toolkit AWT and the Swing. So here in AWT, components are platform dependent. Now components are platform dependent means it's look and feel. It's the components that are used in the AWT. Its look and feel are platform dependent. Whereas in case of Swing, the components look and feel, are platform independent. Okay, so components look and feel is the platform independent. Next, heavyweight components. All the components that are present in the AWT are of heavyweights. Whereas in case of Java Swing, the components that are present of the lightweight components. Doesn't support pluggable look and feel. In case of AWT, it doesn't support pluggable look and feel, but it used pluggable look and feel in case of Java Swing. And here, less number of components are present. In the AWT class, less number of components are present. Because I have already said that, in case if you think that I have already said that in AWT, we cannot use the radio box. We didn't use the radio boxes. But here, in case of Java Swing, we can use it. The radio boxes can be used. So saying that it is our AWT is the used for less number of components, whereas in our Java Swing, it provides more number of component class, because in Java Swing there is it is present in Java Swing, it is present that these radio boxes all are present in it. Now what the final difference of the AWT and Java Swing is that Java AWT doesn't follows MVC model, doesn't follow the MVC model. Now what is MVC? MVC means model viewer controller. MVC means model viewer view controller architecture. Model means the data. Model means basically the data, and the view means the presentation. View means the presentation, and controller means what? Controller means the interface between, it is the interface between model and view. So model is basically the data, view is basically the presentation, and controller is basically the interface between the model and the view. So AWT doesn't follow this MVC model. This MVC model is not followed for the what? MVC model is not followed for AWT programming. But for Swing, this MVC is followed. So these are some of the basic differences between Java Swing and AWT. So some of the important methods of the component class, it is same. The methods of the component class, it is the same that what we have read in the our AWT classes. In AWT classes, we see there are 4 methods. There are 4 methods which are present. We have seen it that what are the methods? Void all, and as a parameter, we are what passing as a parameter component C. That means here AWT, in case of AWT, it is also same as for the Swing. That what this method will do? Void add and async parameter component class object. This will perform that it will add Swing component. The components in case of AWT, what it will be do? Add a AW3 component to a container. But in case of Swing, this method will what this method will do? This method will do that it will add the Swing component. What? This will add the Swing component to the container. So what this will do? This will add the Swing component to the container. And next method is also the same. It is void set size, and as a parameter int width and int height. These 2 parameters will be sent, that with integer width value and integer height value. These 2 as a parameter we will send. So set size method, what the set size method do? Set size method will set the size of the window. The size of the window which we will use, it will be set size method will set the size of that window. Then our next method, the next method is the set layout. Same as that set layout. Set layout method was void set layout. We use void set layout, and as a parameter, we use layout manager class object. Here we are using layout manager M. That means layout manager class object is added as the passing as the parameter to the set layout method. Now, what set layout method will do? Set layout method will set the layout. The layout that you should be used are defined, or we can say are we use from this set layout method, decided from this set layout. That what it will be? It will be flow layout or the grid layout. What we have 4 layout present, that flow layout, grid layout, border layout, and card layout. Whichever layout it will be decided by from this method, void set layout. And last one, the last one method is the void set visible. Through set visible, what? Through void set visible. In this, we have what? In this, we have as a parameter, we are sending what? Boolean B. That means Boolean class object and the set visible. That means Boolean means it will be either two values, either true or false. So these are the methods. These are the 4 methods. That these 4 methods is also present in the what? In the AWT classes. This method is also present. Same method, these 4 methods is also present in the Swing. In the Swing programming, these 4 methods is also present. But the functionality of this are the different. The functionality of the add method is, you see that in case of add method, there the AWT component is added to the container. But here, what? The Swing component will be added to the container. And set size method will set the size of the window. Our set layout, what layout should be chosen? It will be decided by the set layout method. And set visible method, what? That our uh, component, the component which we are using, it can be shown or not. That is true or false. If it is shown, it will be true. If it is not shown, it will be false. So these are the methods of the component class that is used in AWT and also used in the Java Swing class. Java Swing class, this is also used. Now, some important classes, Java Swing important class, we will see important of Java Swing classes, some swing classes we will see. Now, in AWT, we used frame. In the AWT, we used frame class. But in Swing, the name is changed and it is said as JSwing. Sorry, not JSwing, JFrame. It will be said as a JFrame. So first, we will use, like in the AWT components, we see that what? There is a button class present. But in case of Swing, the name is JButton class. Same button class, but its name is changed in the Swing. That is JButton class. Now what? JButton class is used to create the button. Main the thing is that this is the same as button, but the name is changed. The button in the AWT, the name is the button class. But here the name is the JButton class. So JButton class is used to create a button. And the constructor of that JButton class is, now this JButton class constructor is JButton. So what it will be do? It will create a button with no text or icon. That means only a button will be created. If we used JButton class constructor, the first, what we have to do? We have to create the object of JButton class. So, or in the class, we can say the constructor that is present in the JButton class. We already know that the name of the constructor and the class name will be said. So, JButton class constructor, what is the name of the constructor of the JButton class? It will be JButton. So, this JButton constructor, what it will do? It will create the button with no text and icon. Only the button will be created. With this, only the button will be created. Like this. You can see like this, a button will be created. So what the JButton class will perform? It will create a button. Then our next method, or we said our next class, that is the JButton. And JButton as a, this is the first of this JButton class. We see constructor, and now we will see JButton class methods. Now you see JButton class methods, the two methods that is present, JButton, and as a parameter you see we are passing the string object, that JButton, and as a parameter we are passing string s, that means string object. So whatever the string will be passed, now what this method will do? This method will, whatever the string will be passed, it will be visible over the button. That means whatever the string we will pass through it, the whatever the string, if in the string is, we here, suppose we use the click, suppose we use the click string, in the parameter we send click string, then what this will return? This will look like only in the button there will be over it a click will be written. So it will looks like this. So whenever a string will be passed or visible over the button, suppose we are sending click string to the, as a parameter of this JButton, as a parameter of this JButton, then what it will look? The click will be looked over the button. And JButton icon I means in JButton as a parameter we are sending the icon of icon class object. That is, it will set some icon on the button. Now, what it will be used through this, that J button, and as a parameter, we are sending icon class object. That means it will show that a button will be created, and over it, the icon will be looked over. So this will be the methods. These are the methods that is present on the J button class. So these are some methods, and another methods is the set text and get text, which you also seen in the AWT classes. In the AWT classes, you have also seen it, set text and get text method. So in the set text method, what as a parameter we pass the what string class object, so that the text of the set, what we can know that this will be set by the application programmer. This will be set by the application programmer, and what we only retrieve the level, or we can only retrieve the value. So set text, through set text method, as a parameter we can send string class object. It will what it will do, it will set the text, it will set the text of the hello. Hello.
You are audible, sir.
It is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So in the set text method, what it will do, the set text method is the basically set the text of the button. Okay, so the text, whichever the text we are wanted to the button, that is, if we want to use the click, if we used to want click should be written at the button's level, then we pass the click to set the text in the set text method parameter. Then it will be click will be added to the button's level. And what, who should perform this? This should be performed by the application programmer. Application programmer can do this. As a user, we cannot do this. And what the get text method will do, get text method is used to retrieve the level of the button. Means the text which we have set, we can what retrieve that, we can use the get text method. So these are the methods and the constructor that is present in the J button class. Same as that, the name, only the name is in the swing, we use J button instead of button in the AWT classes. So first we will see a simple program. If we will see the simple program, then it will be clear. Okay. So in this simple program, you will see first what we have done. We have first, you can see imported. First import java.awt.event.star. That means what? We have imported java.awt package, because we are using here, we are using event handling also. So for using event handling, what we have to do? We have to import java.awt.event.star. We have to use this as a our package, because in java.awt the event is not present. So that's why we have to use with it. We have to use it. So import java.awt.event.star. So what it will do, this method, this package is used for the event handling. And for we are doing the swing program, we are using the swing program. For using the swing program, we have to use javax.swing.star. It is the package. It is the package which is basically used for swing programming. That is JavaX. JavaX is the javax.swing. This package should be used. javax.swing.star. This package is used for the swing classes. So for we have to do the event handling program. So first event handling mechanism. For event handling purpose, we have imported our package of the event handling package, and then we have imported the for package using the swing, because the program which we will do about the swing programming. Next, here you can see that